doing today, Violet?
Better, I think. Definitely better, I guess.
A lot of variety there. What has been on your mind lately?
Nothing that I want to bring up right now, Doc. Is that what I call you when we do these things? I'm still not sure.
Dr. Melissa is fine. Okay, we can come back to the current events at a later time if you want. Do you want to pick up where we left off last session?
Yeah, that would be good. I like your jacket, by the way. It really fits you.
Thanks. I like it too. So last Thursday, you were processing the different things that made you decide you needed a change. Now, I will admit, I was rather nonplussed that we never got to finish because I was curious to hear about the man in the Impala.
Oh, yeah. You think he's still bleeding? I don't know. When he hit his head, he was bleeding pretty hard. Oh, I know. Dragging him sucks. But, alas, it may prove to be worth it. Hey! Wake up, sunshine! This is your lucky day. Yeah, I know. If you could talk, you'd be listening out or whatever. I know. But look, you're obviously someone that's done very well for themselves. So you know that what we're asking for won't break you. Now, if you don't give us what we want, we will break something. But we'll leave that decision up to you. You think we should give him some water? Oh. Well, what do you say? Are you thirsty? It probably outweighs that whole talking thing right now. But maybe not. So refreshing. Big boy, you can handle a little thirst, can't you? Now, about that money. You know the one you picked up from the 4'11" Cuban dude with the flower shirt? Oh, how did we know about that? Well, there's a decent list of people who can attest that we have been good at this for a while.
I mean, we were good, Doc. I mean, really damn good. We had a lot of nice scores.
I think something's wrong. His eyes won't close, but he still hasn't moved. I don't know if it was too much or not. Look, just fuck's sake, I need you to just tell me what to do.
I guess it wouldn't be fair if something didn't go wrong eventually. Usually in the form of someone that needs what you took from them more than you do.
Look, just let me do all the talking. I'll buy us some more time to get us out of this.
How mad was he?
On a scale of 1 to 10? Thanos. Look, as long as we get the fucking money back, everything will be all smiles, no problem.
You know, as a child, I loved convertibles. Felt like they represented not only status, but on a deeper level, freedom. The hair flying in the wind, the occasional hat flying off the head, the chorus of laughter bottled up in that special place you only find in commercials. As I grew up, I decided my first car would be the same pumpkin-colored Mustang Rodolfo from up the street had. He used to sell 8 balls, and I swore I would follow in his footsteps. I saw him get his brains blown out in that same car. Someone ran right up in broad day and said, "Good evening." Nowhere to hide, wide open, buried by that freedom the convertible gave. I eventually did follow in his footsteps, but I drive a hardtop Jeep instead. Needless to say, I have no problem doing away with something I liked for a long time, if it serves the purpose of logic. Now, I like the both of you. Sometimes faces get blurry in this business, but you two always stuck out as loyal stand-up guys. Which is why you are alive enough to give the opportunity to hear me ask, what happened to my money?
See, Millie was always the sort of person that planned everything in advance. Not at all like me. I like to swim in it when it happens. Every mark was someone's routine we knew for a while, but those 2 jobs were different. She seemed to be thinking like me, which worried me.
Why would you say that?
One of us had to be grounded in reality. It was fun for me, but it was something else for her. I guess we only knew each other a couple months. Long enough to know each other's habits, enough to know we could count on each other when on a job, but not long enough to tell each other what kept us up at night. How's your hip?
Still hurts. Still annoyed at that idiot for being so heavy while he was unconscious. You'd think people would be more courteous.
You're really something else. For real. What do you think happened to those 2 guys?
Oh, I'm sure one of them is crying somewhere as we speak.
I kind of don't see either of them as a type.
Oh, those are the ones that do it the most. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean that it's not hiding behind a curtain, holding a candlestick holder ready to cave the butler's face in.
As you were saying that, all I could picture was one of those Sherlock Holmes hats. What's with the dinner theater mystery vibes?
Well, I heard they were remaking Clue, so naturally I've been binge watching the entire original movie. We should have a game night and play the board game sometime.
When's the remake coming out?
I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it, I know that.
What if it's good?
It still won't be the original. I mean, why change it? When you got perfection tied up with a bow on top, what's the use of saying, oh yeah, let's just untie the whole thing and repackage it as a piñata? And it's called a deer stalker, by the way.
The remake?
No, the Sherlock Holmes hat. It's called a deer stalker.
Somehow, I feel better knowing that fact. I'm still gonna call it a Sherlock Holmes hat.
Okay.
How'd you know they were gonna have all this money?
Well, they were too cautious. I mean, when you're eating a sandwich with the demeanor of Secret Service agents, you got something to lose. And being that there was no president looming around, but a rather handsome carrying case, I figured it was at least worth exploring.
How vintage of you to choose the watermelon drop for that moment. We haven't used that since Utah.
It's a classic for a reason. Oh my God, but it was so funny. The way
They had guns in our faces before we could grab ours. It was all dramatic, like a bullfight on the moon. You know, that moment when everything goes all slow motion, but you're still fully activated and tapped into that primordial soup? I used the Jedi mind trick to keep us from getting killed. It was like an underwater opera, Mr. Vince. Me and Raoul were caught in a balancing act. What the fuck? The main thing is that we are both fully on the job to get your money back for you, sir. Consider us two big bloodhounds. Yeah, that's it. Bloodhounds with suits on. Because, you know, presentation counts for a lot, sir.
Yeah, I agree. You're absolutely right. Presentation does say a lot. Now you see the lovely lady undoubtedly staring you down with a half-amused look. She is going to present your brains to the carpet if you don't give me a better explanation than whatever the fuck that was.
We have a way of tracking down the money.
How?
Tracking device. I have a tracking device, sir. I took a few losses early in the game, and I always have a contingency plan. Just a way to even the playing field, so to speak.
So where is it?
It's close. Doesn't look like they've been doing anything or moving around. They might be laying low. They could be scared.
You make it a habit to track my money?
Only when it's my responsibility to deliver it, sir.
You also make a habit of letting your friend make an ass of himself?
Well, I was waiting to hear what he had to say, sir. That bullfight on the moon thing, that was exceptional. But we're working on it, sir.
I'll take that into consideration. Now, meanwhile, get me back my money, and my lovely friend here won't leave fragments of you on the walls. I'll expect some good news by the end of the day, so you better get flying.
I still don't know how they found us. Maybe we're stupid for sticking around. You know, you never stick around. That's Girl Scouts level knowledge base for this job. But I trusted Millie. She had a couple friends she wanted to bring in for the next job.
Are you sure we could trust him?
Nope. But that's why we need them in this next job.
I don't know, the way you described him is kind of wild. I don't want to deal with a complicated situation when we're this close. Shit's hard enough as it is.
Well, which is why we need the extra help. Look, I've known Jean-Claude since I was 19. He's Green Man type smart, with only half of all the extra weirdness it takes to be that smart. He vouched for Paul for all that computer shit, and that's good enough for me. But I'll tell you what, when they stop by, just feel them out, and if you feel that strongly about it, we can do something else.
Cool. I'm gonna head out for a walk.
Not with those douchebags looking for us.
I think I know how to handle myself.
And I think you haven't stared down enough gun barrels to know that for sure.
Life is layers, baby. Life is in layers. You never know what you're gonna get. You know, it's like a box of Raisinets, but it keeps karma as a pet.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely haven't stared down enough barrels of a gun. What are you gonna do when this isn't fun anymore? We're gonna hit a roadblock eventually. Laws of averages and all that shit. Lately, you've been acting like this is Six Flags or something.
Who's to say it isn't? Whatever the case, I'm gonna go out for a walk. Besides, you were the one going off the script. Trying to collect the extra money. I think it's kind of counterproductive. getting more money would give you less freedom. So with that said, I'll be back in an hour or so.
Like hell you are. I'm coming with.
Look, come on. If one of us gets caught, at least the other one would be able to get away. If what you say about the law of averages is true, then us getting caught together is probably worse, since neither of us could leave then. So just fucking chill, okay? Shit.
A tracking device, dude. Really?
And I suppose us being shit out of luck is a better option in your head. At least we got a clue.
A clue that's gonna lead us into what? How many people are gonna be there?
If I knew that, I'd be a psychic. And if I was a psychic, I'd be a lottery winner.
Oh, no, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be doing this.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, good. I love when people tell me how I'm thinking.
Look, you're a smart guy. You always have been, as long as I've known you. I mean, not just smart in a good with people and good with money kind of thing. I mean, smart in a, this guy thinks of quantum physiology every Thursday type of shit. But we've been on too many jobs together. I mean, you see somebody put somebody's head through a glass window enough times, you get the feel for his mindset. Not everybody taps into that kind of sauce. You know, the kind of sauce that made a caveman look at a woolly mammoth and go, dinner. Guys like us still live there. Yeah, but even though our woolly mammoths might be in the meat and produce section, we could easily do other shit, but here we are.
Getting existential, aren't we?
Nah, a little, maybe.
Well, the existential thing doesn't look good on you. To be fair, it doesn't look good on me either. Life gave us choices, and we ended up doing this together. But, you know, like they say when they break the rules, what is that? You know, no progress ever gets done unless some rules are broken.
Well, shiver me timbers. Hands on a mission, aye aye sir, let's go.
But let me tell you one thing. What you did earlier was great. That scene getting a little louder would have just made a mess of everything.
Well, I didn't know that you had a tracker. But I did know that if that bitch would have started shooting, that probably would have complicated this particular salad a little bit more.
Well,
you remember Jersey?
Those 2 nights made my shrink a very rich man. I still can't believe we made it out of there.
Dude, the fucking meat.
I know, right? Shit. Getting this money back isn't going to be anywhere as fucked as that. But if it is, I swear, I quit, and I don't care what Vincent says.
It's not so much what he would have said, but what he could have done that would have poured lighter fluid on this particular situation.
Well, let's not wait around for the intricacies of that unfortunate haircut. I was hoping these chicks don't find this fucking tracking device before we get there. I wonder what they're fucking doing right now.
Alan Watts, yay or nay?
Please say yay so I don't look dumb out here.
Well, yeah. You're a fan, I take it?
I keep up to speed. Worst ways to spend time, you know?
This is true. This is true. Mike.
I'm Eve. Nice to meet you.
Eve. I read a book that said that you were trouble.
I read a book that said that I was dumb. You don't strike me as a churchy kind of guy.
Well, I didn't strike myself as a churchy kind of guy either. Life hit me with that rare combination of fuckery and spiritual gut punches that became too exhausting to ignore.
Interesting way to put it.
Well, the type of clarity you get waking up in a cell, drowning in ghosts, really should be bottled up and sold affordably so people can get it without actually having to get it. But years later, I turned into the type of person that everyone says they didn't expect to be religious, or in your case, churchy.
Have you ever stared down the barrel of a gun before? A friend of mine asked me how many times it happened to me.
Yeah. Enough times to know I was tired. I was tired of the fact I wasn't even scared of it. And the thing that put me in that cell, mind you, wasn't even a gun. It was a parking ticket. And the cop that was a bigger asshole than I was. You know? Yeah. But I think it was the stupidity of everything that kind of just made me reevaluate the direction my life was heading, you know?
So when did you start to change?
Well, where I see it, I have a choice. It's kind of like a baby picture. It blows your mind that the baby in the picture was you, and they grow into the person that you are, depending on what they see. But what they see is never up to you. It's up to life, you know? And I think that all we have to do is kind of just make sure that we don't step on anybody's toe during that very intricate dance, or some reasonable facsimile of that sentiment right there.
Interesting take.
I live an interesting life. The fact that you haven't flinched in a conversation this heavy kind of suggests that you live an interesting life in a more larceny-tinted sort of way.
Well, I guess you might have been right about the Eve thing after all.
Maybe. But if she wasn't in the book, probably would have been boring.
Kind of like you with that parking ticket, right? But I guess it's one of those things you gotta be in the right headspace to notice.
Look at you. Regular philosopher.
Yeah, something like that. Well, great to meet you. Thanks. I'm leaving soon, but I feel like I was meant to bump into you before I left.
Well, whatever it is that helped you process, just remember, it took me a parking ticket. Whenever you realize what that particular parking ticket might be for you, you'll know. But in the meantime, just take it easy out there.
You too.
Yeah. When I wonder, the days were torn asunder, and I rain and thunder, the ashes of my blunder, and she had an angel in her eye, but she knew she had to lie. Gave her number, but life had pulled me under, and I stayed asunder the spoils of all my plunders, and I tamed the thunder, the pain that hidden under, and I changed and wondered, the rain remained the hunger, and she had an angel in her eye, but she knew she had to lie.
What was it about that conversation that got to you?
I guess it was just how sure he seemed. It was like I already knew it, but I had to hear it from someone else.
Why would that make a difference?
I guess so if it goes wrong, I could have someone to blame.
Is that why you decided to follow Millie? A blameworthy situation is something a lot of people have an easy time causing, but a hard time accepting their part in it. The levels they go to avoid it usually amplifies it. There's always a reason for that outlook. What do you think could possibly be the cause for you?
Isn't that what you get paid to figure out?
I can't do that without your help.
What the hell is that supposed to do for me? If I knew, I wouldn't be here. It's not like I don't have a lot to do already.
Okay, deep breath. Let's get back to what happened. Oftentimes the insight happens during the recall. Kind of a eureka moment you only find when you're not consciously trying so hard. What happened between you and Millie's friends?
Oh, El Capitan, what's the space-time continuum?
Pluto. Fuck if I know. Fuck you doing, baby girl?
Good. Y'all still coming, right?
Oh yeah. We took a little pit stop, but be there in a few hours, you know?
Oh, we took a little pit stop too. Earlier, stopped by to see a friend, and they had a very interesting proposition that turned out to be righteous. One of those spur-of-the-moment ballets that just happened to land right.
Now, I'm looking forward to hearing you back about it, actually.
Okay, you know the place. Let yourself in.
Nah, I mean, doesn't matter. I was trying to see if...
Oh, if I could make some custard pie for when y'all get here. It's already in the oven, you dickhead.
You're a national treasure, babe.
See you soon.
It's me. Yeah. No. Yeah, we've been here for a while. Only 2 people, in or out. All right. We're waiting. All right. We'll see you then.
Okay, Violet, are you ready? Do you need any more safeguards before going down this path? The thorns in something like this are humongous, and about as dreary as the gateway to a deserted island.
Interesting choice of words, Doc. But, yeah, I'll be okay. Okay, I just remember how mad she was when I told her I was done. It wasn't this big explosion, but more like a slow gas leak, you know? Something like one match gets lit and it's center stage at the opera for the whole room. I couldn't tell if she hated me more for the inconvenience of the timing for the job or a sense of betrayal. Laws of averages. Fucking laws of averages. Laws of averages like a sweet old lady at the door. That moment where life was toasting champagne to the fact that you were as gullible as everyone you ever called a mark. But shit, I couldn't have just left her there. That's what I get for trying to be good. That's...
Always what seemed to screw me over more than the regular way. Burned by the right thing. The right thing. Pardon the air quotes. Fuck. Millie knew. I went off the script, but she knew. Law of averages. That shit hit us like a shark named Payback. The only thing funnier about it was knowing you were in the wrong enough for it to happen, but not knowing the person in the right. We never scammed an older lady as far as I knew. But when it became clear who it is, that knowledge didn't make the situation any better to cope with.
Funny to keep running into you.
Chalk it up to kismet. Legend has it she's a fickle bitch.
How did you find us?
We don't kiss and tell. Just give us the money back and we'll be on our way.
Behind door number 2 is righteous retribution. And us torching you for the money anyway. At this point, this balances out between how much do you want to bleed and how much of our time do you want to waste. I don't know, maybe you want to do it as some kind of act of protest or something like, yeah, we lost, but we're going to make you suffer out of boredom. Yeah, something like that.
No.
Like hell? Give him the fucking money or I will. Look, weren't you the one just concerned about me taking a walk? I think this rate's higher on the scale of shit that can make us die. A little consistency here.
If something happened to you, we wouldn't have lost everything that we've made. Same if something had happened to me. The only way I'm not going to hit my aim is if I'm dead. At least this way, I have some sort of say-so.
So, you want what's behind door number 2?
Okay, so that doesn't mean you get to run your mouth all night. I swear to God, I will shoot your nose off your face.
I promise you, he's still gonna risk it. When you see what he does with that knife, you're gonna be too amused.
Hello? You mind not talking about us like we're not right here? And you better get your head out of your fucking ass and give him back the money. It's not worth it.
Hey everyone. Happy 4th of July. Kwanzaa. Free comic book day. Also remember, freedom ain't free now. Tell me, I do love this old lady angle right here. Might have helped open up a couple of doors for you two, I see. Millie, how you feeling?
Unarmed.
Wow! Really in the middle of a situation like this? I mean, all we're really missing is Clint, my man, and a couple of tumbleweeds rolling around in the background.
The fact you came in here this cocky means either you have something up your sleeve, or you're hoping to get out of here by bluffing your way out.
I don't. But he does. To be fair, these weren't up my sleeve.
I respect that. You never lied.
Thanks, man. You seem like a cool guy. Now, what do we do to make up for this hiccup?
2 extra guns in the room doesn't change the fact that we came for our money. Me dying is not up to you. Obviously you dying is, but not for me. Look, we're in the wrong here.
Well, to be perfectly honest, we were a little in the wrong to have the money in the first place, but we had it first, and you know the old saying about possession 9/10.
Something tells me I might be cool with shooting you.
I bet you won't.
Well, since everyone's getting so well acquainted, I know. Why don't we have some coffee? I know a real hip spot, real artsy decor, and what's even better, it's not fucking here!
Okay, sounds good. We can leave him a tip from the money that you're gonna give us.
See, I see you're kind of fixated on that outcome, and I gotta tell you to broaden your horizons. Options are a beautiful thing.
It's theirs. Look, I've got shit to do in life. Like, actually live my life. Like, play Connect 4 or watch that fucking Clue remake. This isn't it. Fuck this.
Hey, look, babe. I love you. Our cup better not be in there. Good sushi costs money, all right? I'm only in this for the good goddamn seafood. Oh, wait. Is that psychic you're talking about?
Gotta practice to stay sharp.
True words have never been spoken. But I think you might need to work on tying up your loose ends in future endeavors.
Custard pie's ready.
Well, fuck it. I'm eating. Yo, dude, you gotta try some of this custard pie.
It's good.
Next time, try a graham cracker crust. It adds texture.
Thanks. I'll try it out. Well, you two certainly gave in rather prematurely, wouldn't you say?
I mean, first off, money's only second to good custard pie.
I thought you said it was seafood.
What do you think it takes to wash down good seafood? I mean, custard pie is the patron saint of desserts. Besides, when you doing that bad with such conviction, I knew there was no other way out. Now, are we still good on this next job? Good. Well, then to hell with it. You two can get out of here with your inevitable outbursts and the whole clearing of the air, and please get out of the way. We can enjoy this custard pie together. More pie for us, my friend. More pie for us.
I just went to sleep. I was tired of everything and really wasn't thinking about everything that just happened. That was obviously my parking ticket moment, but not Millie. I couldn't call her obsessed, because that wasn't a word big enough for what made her do that shit. I knew that when we finally did talk, not one bit of it was a conversation about her quitting.
So you didn't even try, entertain even the smallest possibility.
I guess I not only made that decision for myself, but for her too. I guess I do deserve everything that happened to me. I eventually did find out what Millie was doing all this work for. It was her uncle. One of the few people in the world she looked up to. They didn't know he had MS until he did. He was a teacher. No fucking way he was going to be able to afford what it cost to keep him alive.
How did you find out?
Millie told me. She called from jail. That job she went to pull with her friends went straight to hell.
Oh my God. That? If you didn't get out, you would have been there with them. How was it? You really escaped a lot.
I promised her I would do what I can to help her uncle. I take any extra shifts I can just to be able to send a couple scraps to him. It's not enough. A lot of times I find myself wondering if I should go back to the old way.
Now you know that's not an option.
Then what is?
There are people that we could reach out to.
Is it a guarantee?
Nothing ever is.
Well, then what? That's not good enough.
Why do you feel it's your responsibility to carry on for her? Is it because you still need to be told what to do? You're trying to avoid making your own decisions has caused the idea of freedom to trap you.
Okay, say that is the case. How can that help me now? What can I do? I'm not just gonna leave them hanging. Come on, you're supposed to help me, right? Do your job.
Like I said, I would need you to help me.
Okay, I'm done here. No. I don't need this. I need money. I'm doing it the right